Hey kids, you ever seen that movie Cheetah's Pet, the Disney movie that originated from the show, where Spot, like the main character, wanted to be a real man? Well, the plot of Ted is kind of like that, but it takes a different turn, where little Johnny Boy wanted his teddy bear to be alive, which it did the next day, and then he becomes a star, but sadly turns, downhill for a little bit with him and Johnny or anything that comes to this movie. Well, yeah, we welcome you to the Ted review.
And this, kids, is not for you kids, it's for us adults, because it's got a lot of cursing, sexual content, drugs, you name it.
Yes.
But nevertheless, it does remain one of the funniest movies that I've ever had the what do you say? It's the appreciation, I guess, to see. I tried to look for the right word, but I'll just try to go with that.
Well respected, if you want to say.
Oh well, yes, yeah, I guess.
But yeah, and go on like with the rest of the story, Fresh.
Like we basically did kind of like sum up the plots, but all this focus is just around the basis of like growing up. Again, something that's safe for the character section, but yes. Where fantasy is anything possible in order for it to just work out for anybody for this matter, about them experience going through childhood but having a hard time to just cope with reality, refusing to just grow up or and stuff like that. That's kind of like what this is about. A love triangle, of course, that's even more complicated.
Yeah, and from my side, this movie was a lot to not to handle, but a lot to watch, because first watching I was like, okay, this movie is out of control but funny at the same time, because there was a lot of scenes that I like. One of my favorite moments from this movie, you could disagree or not, it's like when that little kid was trying to get Ted or something, he's running towards Johnny and he just punched the kid.
Yes, is it?
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that scene was really hilarious.
I mean, Robert did deserve it though.
And then there's also some disgusting scenes here and there, I believe. I believe this is when they went to that sperm bank, correct?
No, that's the second one, dude.
Oh, okay. Disclaimer. Okay, got you. I mean, what else I was going to say? Oh, yeah, when Ted officially came to life and Johnny was showing his parents for the first time, I just loved the parents' reaction afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I believe one of them said, get the shotgun or something.
Yeah, his dad.
Right.
And then there was some intense fight scenes. Well, just one in particular with Ted and Johnny. I was like, damn.
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
Especially the part where the TV let it on Johnny's nuts.
Yeah. And let's see here. Other parts, Christian, any favorite parts on your side?
There are some. Well, of course, let's not forget the Thunder Buddies song that they made up.
Yeah.
Would you, Fresh and Bliss, would you like to see it?
Yeah, Fresh could do it.
Oh, just me? Okay, but you don't have it memorized?
Well, it's been a while since I watched the movie, so if you want to do both words, then go ahead.
All right, I mean, it is one of the best and funniest written songs ever. Just when you hear the sound of thunder, don't you get too scared. Just grab your thunder buddy and say these magic words. Buck you thunder, you can suck my brick. You can give me thunder cause you're just God's parts.
Yep. Good times, good.
Also, what I love about this movie, that most of the cast is from Family Guy.
Exactly.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep. The Peter Griffin voice.
Don't.
Watch it, Master. I made that mistake many times, but easy, boy.
You're still gonna do it.
What? Sorry, I didn't know.
I mean, Christian, you kind of dragged that when you said Family Guy cast. We could have saved that for when we actually talk about the cast, to be fair.
I mean, well,
okay,
he didn't.
You got it there.
I mean, well, even though he's still kind of technically safe, though, at least he didn't say any names, though. I mean, you can get that.
No, I get that, yeah. And then with Mastermind, at least he didn't say the actor's name who played Ted.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know every voice actor's name. All I know is the character, and I recognize the voice.
That's
Well,
fine.
that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, going back. Let's see here. Fresh favorite parts from your side.
Yes, of course. Yes, the opening scene, like the opening montage with Johnny and Ted's friendship, all set to the song. Yes, everybody needs a best friend. By yes, we will get into like that later. Let's see, other different ones. Yes, the party scene, of course. Yes, that's one of my top favorite ones. All from the karaoke scene, the fight scene with that Asian guy. Oh man. Let's see. And well, yes, when Take is brought back to life at the end, after first faking to John that he got like mentally challenged, and well, everybody's story, like where are they now? I just like those kind of stories where they tells you like what characters are doing.
Except for the fat kid becoming, what's his name from Twilight?
I mean, it's a good joke.
Hmm.
Well,
Uh,
Let's see, let's see, anything else from my side?
let's see. I was trying to remember.
Oh, yeah. Both the poop scene from one of the hookers and like the aquarium scene.
oh man, especially the part where Johnny and the other girl like
Yeah,
freaking
it's
out.
and Lori.
Right, thank you.
Mhm.
And also aquarium scene, especially when Tails like doing the voices of the fish.
Um, and what do you call it? Although yeah, we're not in the cast. Of course, there is Ted's like biggest fan and stalker, Donnie.
Yeah, we're not there at the characters yet though. But
But
yeah.
like with his character overall from like this film, I was like, you're just too obsessive at that point.
Yeah, because it took me way long to learn about like how he came to be, but I'll say that at the end. But this is just what happens when you just encounter people. Like this is a perfect example of people who just stalk you.
Yeah.
There's Stalker, Psycho, and Paparazzi.
And
Oh my God,
could you excuse me for 1 minute? You can carry on, but I just need to step out. Dog is acting crazy, so I'm just gonna stop here.
Okay, going back with Donnie, because we were saying this in private. When Christian brought up the psycho part, I was like, oh, that reminds me of Nora from iCarly.
Exactly, another good example.
Yeah. And yeah, thank you for your info. And going next, Massimo, what's one of your many favorite scenes from this film?
It's been a while since I watched this, but like I forgot what my favorite scene was.
I mean, it's alright. Like, hearing from our opinions, I guess you could rate.
Yeah.
Alright, fair. And yeah, I think that's about it from our thoughts. And now to the cast. Alright, now we could talk about it. So yes, as Christian and Massimo mentioned before, half the cast is from Family Guy. And yeah, Fresh does the honors with Ted.
Yes, the man, the myth, the legend, Seth MacFarlane. You know him as creator of classic shows like Family Guy, American Dad, and The Cleveland Show. The man is just a legend and one of my personal inspirations as well. And what makes this even more special is that this was his first directorial debut because, well, you gotta start somewhere. And he did fantastic because not only did he make the movie, but he also, yes, did both the voice and motion capture for Ted. And yes, the voice, it does sound a little bit close to Peter Griffin, but it's just that with a Boston accent instead of New England or wherever Peter was from, if I remember correctly.
And what's funnier in the party scene, when he's talking to John, what like in between with the karaoke, is like, oh come on, I don't sound like Peter Griffin.
I think you're proving your point there, sir.
Yeah, just classic like jokes and like well yeah, kind of like how it is like Family Guy is kind of set up with similar jokes like either cutaway gags or just references. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for too.
Yep, Family Guy shows good references.
Yes, many shows do. And yeah, just to clarify, yes, because yes, Seth MacFarlane does voice adult Ted, but although she was uncredited for this role, Tara Strong provided the Ted's "I love you," function.
It's true.
But yeah, go on then. And yeah, for Ted, yeah, just being funny and hilarious. I'll give him like Infinity. He's just that funny.
Yes, infinity he deserves.
I don't think that was since we done that. I mean, like, there's no questions. Like, he is a god.
Let's see here. Next up, Mark Wahlberg, aka John Bennett, Johnny Boy. So yeah, we basically explained his character and him and Ted's friendship, like as children and as of course as adults, slackers or just being best friends, and just smoking pot half the time. But yes, his character was equally funny to like Ted's, and yeah, I do believe this was my introduction to Mark.
Same here.
That's I think either first or second introduction. My other one was The Other Guys with Will Ferrell.
Good one.
Oh, and Date Night a little bit.
And yeah, same with Ted. His score, yeah, Infinity.
Nice.
All right. Next up with Lori Collins. Go fresh.
Yes, like she's kind of like pretty much like the brains because she's more the realistic one because she does serve as John's girlfriend, and in the photos and like montage in like the beginning they seem to be having a great time, but it's just all about how it just needs to be Lori and John because she sees that John doesn't really like need him anymore since he's a grown man and he just needs to just like act that way. So she just gives him an ultimatum where it's just either going to be either Ted or her, because if not, then she's just going to like call it off, which she eventually did, and that's what caused John to just blame Ted. Even though like Ted have a point about him going to that party, it was his choice because it was just his choice to make. Like he made a promise to Lori, but he broke it because he refused to just really grow up. But it's not until Ted got kidnapped and Lori decided to just wish for, well, quote unquote, her life back, and then they just ended up getting married, and, well, God knows what happens in part 2.
Yeah, why wasn't she in part 2? I always wondered that. Like, there's no mention of her.
Yes, there is. Like, if you listened, two things. One, Mila Kunis was unavailable because, like, I believe she was pregnant during the time, and two, like it said that they divorced. John and Lori divorced because John kept hanging out with Ted, and yeah, it just kind of seemed a little bit hypocritical and wrong. So,
wow, yikes.
Yep. Man. But overall, her character was, yes, all right, and I'll give her a 9 out of 10. Just to be fair.
Yeah.
Of course, this was my main introduction to her. The other was Date Night along with Mark Wahlberg, and it was a long time for me to find out that she was in Family Guy as, of course, Meg Griffin.
Yeah, so Family Guy was my introduction as Meg, but for live action it was Dad's 70s Show.
Oh, I didn't know she was in that. Oh, wait, yes, I know that, because I saw some clips that I saw her in, so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and speaking of, yes, Family Guy, Alex Bernstein, the voice of Lois, played Johnny's mother, and Ralph Garman, who plays, Johnny's father, he also does a couple of voices from Family Guy and the Cleveland Show. One of the voices he did on Family Guy that shocked me is that he plays Jeff, Quagmire's brother-in-law.
Oh, shoot.
Dang. And I didn't know that Lois's voice actor was his mother. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they did good. And yes, of course, mentioning this now, because of the success of the second movie and from the first, that they made a Ted series prequel.
Yes, it's one of the funniest shows you would ever want to see. I wish they made more episodes, but it was worth it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Next one. Yes, as we were talking about him, Giovanni Ribsby, aka Donnie. Go ahead, Chris.
Yes. How it came to be for him to be really stalkerish? Because yes, I've been basically following you like ever since I was a kid, and because yes, in the extended DVD, like if you have a DVD of Ted and you play like any like extended versions or something like that, it does explain that as a kid when he saw Ted on TV and he thought he was like the greatest thing ever. While his dad was getting busy, he was like, "Hey, freak off, son! I'm too busy and stuff." He
I think I
refuses.
remember seeing that when I first saw Ted, only on DVD, but in the rest I didn't like see it, so I was confused. But yeah, I thought I saw that.
Yes, because because he did explain this to Ted, like well, like his backstory. Like he said, I asked my dad if I had a Ted of my very own, and he said no. And I said if I ever had a son, I would never ever say no to him. So yeah, that's what he did. He tries to be like the perfect dad he could be for Roberts, but no, he just still comes off as just a creepy stalker guy. But
Yeah.
the dude did great. Like he did perfect, excellent job of depicting somebody who's not well.
hmm And yeah, yes, for his performance as Donnie, if there was questionable here and there, I'll give him an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Alright. And then for his son was like the actor that I know him from. Like it was really surprising because I first got introduced to his actor in Ant Farm.
Whoa.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, he played
Magazine?
Chestnuts.
Wait,
Uh,
that's not what his name was. It?
His name is Agnes Chestnut, but Chestnut was his nickname, if you remember.
No, but I remember his name was Angus. But yeah, his character in Farm was a bit mixed. And you know, he's a genius. He sometimes is bit sometimes brainless, but he's still kind of a okay character. But his obsession with China sometimes is no. But man, this whole time he was in Ted, I did not realize that.
hmm He's also in Cobra Kai. He was also in The Hangover Part 2.
Good to know. I did not know he was in Hangover 2 because I only seen the first one.
hmm
And he's
But
also in Bad Teacher.
yes. Ah, man. Look good times. And, oh yeah, speaking of other Family Guy cast members, Patrick Warburton was also in this film.
Of course.
Yep.
Yep, as Guy, aka John's co-worker. And yeah, in the second movie, yeah, I like his character there. I won't explain much if we do get to that point, but yeah, his character in this film was really good.
Wait,
Yeah.
he's in a second?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Let's see. And there's also Joel McHale as Rex, aka Laurie's manager and John's nemesis.
Mikhail.
But yeah, I mean he was all right, but yeah, a little bit challenging. I'll just give him a 4.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, one of the times I've seen it was Blended and also some in. Wait, is it two? Who did it?
Yeah, that's how I got Jujutsu.
Oh, also Happy Time Murders. Is it Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, he played Mr. Jax. Yeah, what do you call it? I believe he played that guy that he met in the elevator.
No. That was another guy. Like that was
really?
that was Hal Sparks, like the voice of Tack.
Right. So I'm trying. Okay, yeah, let me go back to Mr. Jax up here then. But yeah, he's also part of the community show.
Wait a second. He was the bank teller. Yeah, he was the bank teller. Like in a scene, like when Doc Octopus was robbing the bank, he was like, "Oh, that boy, you're a real hero." He was that guy.
Oh, Joe McHale is Elliot in over season 2.
Yes. Yeah, it makes all sense. Let's see here. There's also Jessica Barr, who played Tammy Lynn. Yeah, Ted's girlfriend co-worker. Their relationship in this film was, yes, decent, but in the second one, can't say otherwise, but damn.
I mean, yeah, even though it made a little bit like iffy, but they still do truly love each other, and I basically do like love her accent because I just like hearing people's accents in general.
Okay, first of all, apparently she's in Get Smart. Second of all, this could be a 10-3.
Wait,
Really?
when did you hear that?
As in our cast list.
I don't see
10-3.
anything.
Wow.
but it's in their movie list. There's going to be Ted 3, apparently.
Okay, where are you
Oh,
seeing that? Because I'm on
nice.
Wikipedia.
Well, I'm in Google. It's showing movie list, so there may be a Ted 3, but it's not shown big yet.
I know Seth MacFarlane said he always wanted to do a 10-3, but if that's the case, then good luck on them. Yeah. But going back, let's see here. Oh yeah, other Family Guy members, of course. Mike Henry, the voice of Cleveland, formerly as Cleveland, he was there. He played a Southern Newcaster.
Did not know that.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, even though he was uncredited, Ryan Reynolds was also in this film.
That shocked me because one of the other times I rewatched it, I was like, "Wait, Ryan Reynolds? What the what?" And when I was little, of course, I didn't know who Ryan Reynolds was, but maybe after watching Deadpool, now I know who he is. Like, wow, he was in Ted the whole time, and he appeared as Patrick Warburton's character's boyfriend.
Yep. So, he played this boyfriend, but in Family Guy, he plays himself as, a gay guy as well. Coincidence.
Everyone loves Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm. Of course, typical story. My first introduction to him was Turbo.
Turbo and Cruise.
X-Men
And then,
Origins.
of course, later on, it was Deadpool.
Like you should be able to know by now. But yeah, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, that's right.
BRB first, like.
Right.
Okay. Going back. Other Family Guy cast members. There was also Patrick Stewart as the narrator.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, that's just about to bring him up.
Well, then go ahead.
Yes, of course. Patrick Stewart being the narrator, showing up in like the beginning of the movie. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, of course. And Family Guy, he's Joe's daughter's voice. He also plays as himself. Does he play any other characters in Family Guy?
Not particularly. I mean, just yep.
Of course, there is. He plays Stan's boss from American Dad.
Oh yes, of course. And of course, you know him in Marvel and X-Men as Professor Xavier.
Yeah, and of course, if you're an OG Nickelodeon fan like me, he was the original King Goobots from the Jimmy Neutron movie.
And of course, Star Trek.
Yeah,
Right.
Awesome.
but yes, he did awesome. 10 out of 10. You can't question the man.
And it's just freaking hilarious to just hear him curse. Like, like to me, the first time hearing this, it's just like the great Patrick Stewart just saying all these words that you never expect to hear him say. But well, I mean, just doing it for the dough, in a good way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see here. Other cast members, like from your side, Fresh.
Yeah, well, of course, there is like the actual Sam Jones himself, who is like the actual Flash Gordon. That it's a pleasure that they happen. There's like the Asian guy, Robert Wu. When I learned about like, okay. I'm like, well, I'm still just gonna go. If I remember one time in Family Guy, in one episode, he plays like this dude named Mr. Washi Washi, like the Asian, like like the Asian guy who Peter accuses of him like having his shirts, and then they parody Street Fighter, and that was hilarious.
Was he also the same guy that tortured him to play the violin with an iron on his back?
I mean, it's not that I remember or something like that. I don't know. And of course, well, as far as movies or TV goes, like I just like to just get to know some new faces here and there. Of course, the chick who does sing "Everybody Needs a Best Friend," Nora Jones herself. I mean, it's just great to just like know about her and that little funny interaction about the story about how she and Ted first met, and well, when John attempted to just like get up on stage to show how much Lori means to him, just singing off key and everybody booing him, and then that one time when he just like bopped that guy so hard that he just fell off the stage. It was her reaction is kind of really a little mix of so casual but so shocked at the same time. It's like, oh Jesus, it's just funny to me.
Yeah. Also, came back. I also want to explain my part with Robert because I'm familiar with him as well. Yes. And with Mr. Washi Washi, Christian, you're correct. That was the same character from another episode that was doing that shit to Peter.
Oh,
Okay, good.
Yeah. But yeah, I first got introduced to him through the George Lopez show, one-time character, and he's also known for the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, it's a bit that theory.
Yeah. As the other actors, you guys familiar with?
that's all for me.
Yeah, get you. Now to final thoughts.
Okay.
Yes, Ted. The first film was again just wow and damn at the same time because everything that came out of this film was like out of control, but still good at the same time. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yes, despite being an outrageous comedy, which yes is important for most films, unless like they fall into that genre, it does have a surprising amount of heart and seriousness to go with themes such as like friendship and love. Like if you balance both having a best friend and a girlfriend, like if you're that lucky, I don't know, if like possible, and of course like be watch out for those kinds of people that may be freaked up in the head and stuff because yeah, the world is sick.
Yep. And next up, you mastermind with the love film.
I'd say this was probably has to be one of the most funniest movies I've seen.
Cool. And lastly, Christian.
Even though yes, it has so many bad guy-ish jokes and like a lot of dirty humor, but I still don't mind it. I can like fast forward watch it, but it can only be for adults or like in the middle teens, but not for kids. Trust me, viewers, you don't kids watch this movie. But wait till you're older, maybe you might get to watch it.
Dude, it's what you think, okay?
But yeah, overall, that was the TED reveal, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
I